good, YouTube? It's your girl Tika Lizzie, and welcome back to my channel. So y'all already know when my hair looks like this, you're about to get a tutorial. So without further ado, let's get into it.
Viral, nigga.
So today the angle is a little different, but I'm really liking the way the sunlight is coming into my room today. So this is just where we're gonna film the video. So today we're gonna be doing like the little elastic band method with a sleek side part, and we're gonna be talking about my industrial, see a little update on it. And yeah, so let's just get into it. So for today's video, you're gonna need a few things. So for my type of hair, I can't really use combs to like detangle my hair, so I use a pick and a paddle brush for detangling. Don't mind like the hair that's already in there. You're gonna need a hard brush, a comb. You're gonna need some black elastics or some colorful elastics, whichever you prefer. A spray bottle. You may or may not need a spray bottle, but I'm gonna need a spray bottle and some gel and some edge control or whatever, you know. And let's get into it. So the first thing you're gonna want to do is just loosen up your hair. You're also gonna need some moisturizer too, because whenever you put water on your hair, if you don't have it mixed into your gel already, you most likely are gonna want to moisturize your hair just so that it doesn't dry out and stuff. So we're gonna do that, but let's get into my industrial, because boy do I have a story. So as you guys know, when I pierced my ear, it's been about a month now, I'm pretty sure. So I pierced my ear about a month ago, and it was quite a struggle, you know. It wasn't the smoothest piercing, but it still came out good. I'm satisfied with how it came out. And I don't know if you guys remember, also if you didn't watch that video, it was the last video I posted, so go ahead and check that out. I'll be putting it inside the description. So after you do that, you're just gonna take a little bit of oil, yeah, and just coat your hair. You pay attention to the ends. But yeah, so when I pierced my ear, I used this type of metal that you typically probably shouldn't use when you pierce a new piercing. So at first it was fine or whatever, but I noticed that like the discharge that was coming from my ear wasn't looking too normal, you know. It was, at first it was like yellowy, which they said, like if you go on Google or whatever, it said that most likely that type of color would come out because it is healing and it's like pushing out all the toxins or whatever, I guess, or something like that, I don't know. But yeah, so it was like that, so I thought it was fine, but then it started to turn like a little green, and I was like, we ain't doing that. So I started to use tea tree oil, and as you can see, there's a little bit of discoloration still, but that part is normal. But yeah, so you can see that it looks a little hard. I don't know if you can tell, but yeah. So I was really scared that I was gonna get a keloid, so I was like, we're not doing it, we're not. So what I did was start using tea tree oil on my piercing. And also I like completely didn't follow rules, so that's probably why my ear did what it did, because you're supposed to use like some type of saline salt or something to like clean your ear every day, but I was using the leftover Clears solution that I have. Like, you know how when you get your ears pierced at Clears, they give you this big old bottle? Yeah, I was like, you know, why not? So I was using that, and it's working pretty fine, to be honest. It's just like there's not much inside of that product, so that's why I thought it was okay to use. But I don't know, everybody's different. Rules are made up by people that think they know whatever they know, you know, so it's okay to just bend the rules sometimes, you know. At least that's what I thought. But yeah, so my ear was looking a little crazy, so I was getting scared, started using the tea tree oil, and it was getting better. So I was like, okay, but there was still like the pus and stuff also. Okay, so let me stop talking about that. So what you want to do is, since we're doing a side part, just part where you like your hair to be parted in the side, but we're gonna do a straight line back. And then basically you're gonna do like a little square. So then from the end of the line, you do a square to the back of your ear and part like that. So then you're just gonna take this and put it to the side. As I was going through the process, I was just making sure I was paying attention to my ear, because the last thing I wanted was a keloid. Like, don't nobody want a keloid. So I was doing my research and stuff, and it was saying that you shouldn't really change the piercing, but if it's necessary, yeah, change it. So I waited a little bit to see if I had to change it, and I also talked to my teacher because she has an industrial piercing, so why not talk to someone that has the piercing? And she told me that I should definitely change the jewelry and try to get like the stainless steel ones, which is the ones that the professional piercers usually pierce with. So I did have that. I don't know. Well, originally, the reason why I didn't use this bar the first time when I pierced was because I wanted to use the one that I had, because it had like the little tree on it and it was cute. But I ended up not even putting the tree on there because it was too much going on. So yeah, that was that. So basically she told me to change the jewelry ASAP, and I did. And literally as soon as I changed it, there was a difference. Like the next day, like my hair started turning back to the color it was supposed to be. There's none of like that nasty gook and stuff. So if any of y'all want to pierce your ear at home, make sure you use the right jewelry and make sure you are really, really, really clean. So I know for sure I was like clean with it because I'm kind of a germaphobe. But the thing I messed up on was the jewelry. So don't try to be cute and get that little cool jewelry or whatever. Just wait and use the jewelry you're supposed to use for that piercing until it is completely healed, and then you can start doing all the other stuff. Because trust me, you don't want to deal with that extra stuff. You don't. Now that you have this put to the side, I just went across and parted it. So now you're basically gonna have 4 parts. So then after you take the first half that you have, like this half, you're taking one of the halves and splitting it in half. So now this is gonna be like, yeah, a half of a half. So you just do that. And I like to use the braids because it lasts longer. You can twist it or do whatever. So
I'm gonna braid this one first because it's gonna go crisscross. So since this one is gonna be going into this one, I don't really need to braid this yet. So I'm gonna just braid it. But I'm gonna take a little bit of water. And my hair already has a lot of gel on it, so I'm not gonna be adding gel for this part. But just make sure your edges are out too, because it will pull them a lot. And we don't need none of that. So yeah, basically do that. And now comb it through to make sure you get everything inside the part. Take an elastic and just tie this up like so. But don't do it too tight because, like I said, it'll hurt and it will pull. And just make sure all the flyaways aren't going into this section. So now that we have this in, we're just gonna braid it.
now that you have these 2 braided, they're gonna go crisscross. So I like to do this one first because it's shorter, and that way this can hold it down. You're not really gonna need to do anything with these. You're just gonna pull them back into your ponytail. So for my thick hair girls out here, this is like the best way to do your sleek ponytails, which is by sections. I don't know, some people can do it all in one shot, but if you want it to be sleek, I recommend you doing it in sections like I'm about to show you guys right now. So you're just gonna take this section right here, part it straight across from this so that it doesn't look all crazy. Now if your hair is super thick, you can split this into two, slick this down, and then do this part. But I don't really need to do that right now since my hair is pretty cooperative right now. So we're just gonna add some more water to activate the gel. Part, this is where the little edge control is going to come in handy. This brand particularly, the Shine and Gem, is great.
And now we're gonna do the edges that you were supposed to leave out, like this. And then we're just gonna go over this with some gel for some extra hold. Really got to be my boyfriend. I just wanna know, maybe sometime. So I got a new scarf, and it's a silk scarf, so I'm excited to use that. So I'm gonna just use that to wrap my hair so that everything stays in place. And then I will come back and show you guys the finished product, but I gotta go show.
Guys, so it's kind of messed up right here, but this is my baby sister. But this is how it will turn out. So just let me know what you guys think of this video. Don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to your girl T Glizzy if you're not already subscribed. And I'll see you in the next one.